This is my review on Man of Steel from 2013. I give this a solid 8 out of 10. It is a very good, but very flawed movie in my opinion. To me, I have mixed feelings to this movie. On one hand, it's a ground to take on reimagining of Superman. But on the other hand, it's a ground to reimagine take of Superman. In a post 9/11 world. Basically, is what Snyder has said on record that that's what he wanted his Superman to be in a world like that. Like a post 9/11 world for Metropolis. I can see this working a lot better with a character like known for having a shitty looking city, like Batman being a post 9/11 Gotham City. I can picture, but Superman being a post 9/11 Metropolis City. No. That doesn't sound like the best idea on paper. It actually sounds like you're trying to troll the audience, Snyder. And that's my problem with the Snyderverse, actually. It feels like less like someone's doing this out of love, and more like you're just trying to troll the audience. And it's dark and gritty down in our realistic world. Personally, I think these superheroes are dated and irrelevant, Snyder's versions. But they are interesting, nonetheless, have their moments. I don't think this Superman movie does the best. I can see why, look, I can see why people might have walked out of this theater hating this guy's Superman. I wasn't one of those people, but other people were. When I was, like, coming out of the IMAX screening of Superman, I remember back in 2013, I remember people coming out of the theater after the theater was packed, full theater that night. Luckily, me and Dad could find seats. Thanks, Dad. My dad. And watched the movie, and I enjoyed it then. But I didn't know it wasn't like by any means like a masterpiece of its own kind. I didn't think it was probably Snyder's best work. I did not think it was his best movie. But I didn't think it was his worst movie either. As in his weakest movie made. I mean, majority of his movies are good, but can't really think of one that I hate right now. But sure, there's got to be one out there. So, and the story, it kind of bothered me that the story's told out of order. And the origin story told in flashbacks. I hate it when Batman Begins did it. And I hate it when this movie does it. And I hated it when Deadpool did it. You know, instead of telling the origin chronological, we have to take everything in random order and throw in flashbacks for the main stories actually unfolding for the movie that's marketed for the movie. Ugh. So, not the origin story, no, more like the new popcorn bombastic Superman film that Snyder made. So, really, the origin story of Superman is like kind of, well, it's not the most important part of the story, sort of like Batman Begins. But, however, it ties in much better to the main story, better than Batman Begins tried to do it. I think. Batman Begins, I think, feels like two different movies, is why I gave it an 8 out of 10. At least Superman, Man of Steel Superman, tells a coherent, well-constructed narrative that feels like one movie. Batman Begins felt like two different movies that just overstayed their welcome. At least Man of Steel doesn't overstay its welcome. To me, so but I did always want to see a director's cut of this movie. Because maybe the director's cut might change my point of view. Oh, not. Who knows? And that's my thoughts on Man of Steel from 2013. And why give it an 8 out of 10. Man of Steel gets an 8 out of 10 for me. I approve this movie. After giving it an 8 out of 10. It's a good but flawed movie. It's a little all over the place at times. The editing is a little I don't know why, but sometimes I feel like the story feels like it's like the story sometimes feel like it wants to, get over. If the story feels in the third act, when Zod comes to Earth, and actually gives this message to the entire world, the film starts to feel a little like pacing a little quick once it gets to that point from there on. But the rest of the pacing was pretty solid of the film. The earlier footage earlier in the film was I thought the first two acts were paced fine, but it kind of starts to fall apart in the when it gets it just starts to. I felt like the beginning was the earlier parts of the film were better paced than the later parts in the film. Once Zod comes in the picture and comes to Earth, and after once he sends his message to everybody that he's arrived and he's looking for Superman, also known as Kal-El from Krypton, and so he's looking for him. So that's when everything starts to rush. It feels a little rush after that. Once it gets to that point, but and not just because there's a lot of action that's non-stop. There's action, a lot of action, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's non-stop. It just feels like it's part of the story. Anyway, that's my review on Man of Steel. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. And like this video, hit the thumbs up if you like it. And then to subscribe, hit the subscribe, then hit the bell to get subscribed. Okay. Goodbye.